Good afternoon, I'm Ken Trail. Right then, you miserable bastards. Let's talk about this so-called approach of spring, which once again appears to have been intercepted, stripped for parts, and replaced with a damp bag of frozen dog shit drifting in from the Atlantic under a sky that looks like it's been attacked by a flock of incontinent biro pens. Because if you've stepped outside lately and thought, this doesn't look quite right, that's because it isn't quite right. We've got frost, hail, cold winds, showers, filthy grey smears, and enough suspicious sky scribbling overhead to make a sane person start squinting upward like a traumatised farmer at the end of days. 1 minute you've got a patch of blue, the next minute it's been stretched, spread, feathered and smeared into that classic synthetic looking glaze like the heavens have been finger painted by a committee of chemically aroused goblins. Friday night into Saturday morning, skies clear in places, which means temperatures drop like a corpse through a trap door. So yes, there'll be frost, icy patches, and that bitter little morning slap across the face that reminds you Britain is still trapped in a long-term abusive relationship with polar air. Further north, especially Scotland, you could still see sleet and snow in the mix, because apparently, even in mid-March, this country still likes to cosplay as a diseased chest freezer. Then into Saturday, and this is where the official lot start using phrases like, a brighter day for many. A brighter day for many. Yeah, until the sky bastards clock that people are beginning to feel slightly better and immediately start stretching the muck back across the dome like they're pulling cling film over a bowl of rotten trifle. There should be some sunshine around, yes, a crisp feel, a few brighter spells, winds not quite as rude, but don't get too attached, because the whole thing has that classic British weather fraudulence to it. It's the meteorological equivalent of someone smiling at you warmly while quietly setting fire to your shed. A few showers will still be knocking about in eastern parts, the southwest, Northern Ireland and northern Scotland. So you'll get that lovely mix of, oh, this isn't too bad actually, immediately followed by 5 minutes of sharp rain, pea-sized hail, and a wind gust that feels like it came straight off the arsehole of a Scandinavian death god. Then Sunday arrives, and Sunday can fuck all the way off. Rain pushes in, some of it heavy, some wintry over higher ground in Scotland, and behind it comes yet another cargo shipment of cold, unstable crap with showers and hail. So if anyone's planning a nice Mother's Day outing, a scenic walk, or one of those tragic pub garden recovery attempts where people sit outside in coats pretending they're in Marbella, forget it. The atmosphere's taken one look at your plans and wiped its crack with them. And overhead, same old circus. Any break in the cloud gets scribbled on, any sunlight gets diluted, any clean-looking sky gets dragged out into a pale, greasy membrane that makes the whole place look like it's being viewed through a smoker's cataract. Normal, is it? Yeah, and I'm the fucking Easter Bunny. Early next week stays mixed as more systems roll through. Northern and western areas look more exposed to the usual conveyor belt of wet, windy nonsense, while the southeast starts inching towards something a bit more settled. So we begin getting that split. Northwest stuck in the weather grinder, while southeastern parts try to crawl toward calmer conditions, like an exhausted hostage who's just chewed through a zip tie. Now, the bit everyone wants to know: when does spring actually come back? Later in March, the signal is there for higher pressure to start building in more convincingly. That's your route toward drier conditions, lighter winds, more sunshine, and a general reduction in this ongoing atmospheric piss take. So yes, there are signs of improvement. Yes, the pattern may settle down. Yes, we may finally stop getting slapped in the bollocks by every passing trough that staggers in off the ocean. But hold your horses, because this is where the usual meteorological bait and switch comes in. Just because it turns more settled doesn't mean you suddenly get warm, glorious, blossom-filled spring perfection. If the high sets up in the wrong place, you can still drag in an easterly or northeasterly feed, and that means dry perhaps, brighter perhaps, but still cold enough to make your nipples file a formal complaint. So what you might get is not spring in full bloom, but a calmer version of the same bullshit. Less rain, more light, but still a nasty little chill underneath it all, and a sky that looks like it's been moisturised with aluminium soup. I'm Ken Trail, and that was your weather. Please remember, if you watched it and you liked it, then share it for others to enjoy it as well. Don't forget to check out Liam Stoneley before he goes past his sell-by date. Bye for now.